You can see the trends in real life by riding the trains. Another record day on the rails. 3,760,000 riders swiped on Tuesday. Marilyn Mosley timed her trip to beat the morning and afternoon rushes.
It wasn't crowded, and I felt okay.
At September's monthly meetings this week, MTA officials and law enforcement personnel review lower crime numbers and good service.
The on-time performance looks really good, right? And so we should be proud of that, but maybe it's not digging into those other two, things that customers want. So just want to get back to bettering service means delivering what customers want, and customers want those shorter wait times and service reliability.
At this time, we are experiencing delays.
They say they have more work to do, but they definitely are staying on message about getting riders back to the system.
When people are going back to the office, they're choosing to use mass transit. We've heard a lot about reasons that people don't want to use mass transit, but the indications from the stats are people are comfortable on mass transit, they're voting with their feet.
Clean up the problems they have, okay?
Yeah.
And the only way they're going to do that is if we support them.
Sally Wolf spoke during the public comment section of Wednesday's board meeting.
It is exhausting right now to be on a train and constantly have to decide whether I feel safe.
Please step aside and let the customers off the train first.
Sally Wolf was joined by other riders that addressed the board today to talk about health and safety. Coming up at 6, hear their suggestion. They want the MTA to reconsider the messaging on masks outside MTA headquarters in Lower Manhattan. Greg Mocker, Pix 11 News.
All right, Greg, thank you.
Well, today the NYPD announced new safety measures to ensure that all Jewish New Yorkers are safe during the high holy days.
Yeah, it comes amid a troubling rise in anti-Semitic attacks throughout the city. Commissioner Keechant Sewell says there will be an increased police presence at synagogues during special events and services, as well as other things that you don't see, which is intentional.
Rest assured, your NYPD officers will be out there 24 hours a day working to keep you safe.
The NYPD says no specific credible threats have been made. Still, it's stepping up its counterterrorism efforts by deploying critical response command officers to high-profile locations, even increasing communications with international liaisons.
Governor Hochul asking the federal government to help pay for asylum seekers who are being bused here to New York. The governor says she discussed ways to get the new arrivals into the workforce faster to help get them on their feet. They'd also be able to work while awaiting their asylum cases to be heard, which can take years. So far, 13,000 migrants have arrived in New York City alone. That's according to the mayor's office. Well, visitors now have a new path to get to Patterson's Great Falls National Park.
Yeah, the newly renovated Spruce Street Bridge was back in commission today. It's just one of many exciting projects happening in the city. Here's Andrew Ramos with more.
What is old is new again in Patterson. As part of the city's ongoing rehabilitation of its historic district, county officials unveiled the newly renovated Spruce Street Bridge, considered by locals to be the gateway to the Great Falls.
This is just one of many steps that we're taking to beautify Patterson, to improve the area next to our national treasure.
The Great Falls National Historic Park gets about 300,000 visitors every year. The bridge, which received a new deck, sidewalks, railings, and lighting in the rehab project, will ensure easy and direct access.
Whether you're in a vehicle or whether you're walking through this national park, this bridge is a beautiful testament to the county's commitment to the city of Patterson.
Projects on both sides of the river, including the reconstruction of the iconic Hinchliffe Stadium and a state-of-the-art visitor center, all fueling what officials say will become catalysts for Patterson's revitalization. It was just last week when officials broke ground for a new riverwalk at the historic park. The 2.5-acre stretch will run along the Passaic River to the West Broadway Bridge, bringing much-needed green space to an area where several factories once stood. In Patterson, I'm Andrew Ramos, Pix 11 News.